This week we'll be looking at how do we learn, working with theorists. An understanding of learning theories will help you connect to all different kinds of pupils. This can allow you to focus on different learning styles to reach different pupils, creating teaching environments that focus directly on those pupils' needs and aptitudes. But also it will allow us to develop engagement and pupil interest in what we're doing because we're able to offer a different variety of approaches. We will go through some of the main different theorists during this short video. So theories are a system of ideas intended to explain something based on general principles independent of the thing to be explained. So it's really important that we have an understanding of children's development. There are many different theories about how children learn and develop, and awareness of these theories will help you understand children's needs. Recognizing how these theories influence practice will help you identify strategies for maximizing children's development. So there are many significant theories, including Piaget, Vygotsky, Freud, Maslow, Bandura, and Skinner. Some of these you may have come across before. Learning theories can be categorized in different ways. There are cognitive theories, psychoanalytical theories, humanist theories, social learning theories, and behavioural theories. And what this small diagram represents here is just how some of the theories that we look at today can be put into different categories. Piaget and Vygotsky are cognitive theories. Freud is a psychoanalytical. The work of Abraham Maslow is a humanist theorist. Bandura is a social learning theory. And Skinner is a behavioural theory. So firstly, cognitive theories. Look at how children learn and understand new concepts. Famous theorists include Piaget and Vygotsky. So Piaget, briefly, a little overview here, recognises that children have a different learning process to adults. Children learn through developing building blocks, or which is often referred to as schemas. So as a process of assimilation, where they use existing building blocks or schema to deal with a new object or situation. So they've seen something before and they adapt it and they adjust and they build them together, which could be knowledge. But this can be disrupted when new building blocks are added. Piaget believed that children learn best doing hands-on approaches, which is worth reflecting on and think about in your lessons in the future how you might take a hands-on approach. There were 4 stages of development which Piaget believed in. I'm not going to go through these right now, but these slides will be available at the end of this video. Vygotsky had a similar approach, but believing in social constructivism, where a system of ideas can be used to explain something, especially if the general principles are explained. Believed that Vygotsky believed that learning was scaffolded by adding more knowledge. To try and put that another way, Vygotsky believed that learning was undertaken through scaffolding by a more knowledgeable other. So the more knowledgeable other could be someone as a parent or a teacher. Vygotsky also developed the idea of the zone of proximal development, the distance between what a child can do independently and what they can do with support. So just reflecting on this, of these cognitive theories, the importance of having building blocks for our learning is really important. So let's move on to humanist theories, and we're particularly going to look at the fairly famous work of Abraham Maslow, which you might have covered before during your college or schooling. So the humanist theories believe that every person has a strong desire to reach his or her potential, to reach a level of self-actualization. Now, when we say that term self-actualization, it's kind of suggesting you're top of this pyramid, which, you know, we can in life do well. We can be right at the top, but things can change, so it kind of suggests we stay there. But the work of Abraham Maslow places emphasis on the individual person. Okay, so if they go through certain stages, which is called a hierarchy of needs, we can meet our potential. So the basic level is psychological needs, and then we move on to safety needs. So if we look at what they could be, so in direct practice, that could be the provision of having breakfast. You know, if we go to school and we haven't had our breakfast and we're hungry, that could definitely impact our learning and how one feels about themselves and how well we do. Also, if we have a home situation for a child where there is not love and belonging, okay, it can be problematic for them how they feel about themselves. Their sense of own self-worth might not be as good as it can be. Or I should also say positively, you know, it's really important we create that sense of identity and belonging in schools, because sometimes for pupils, it's important that we try to make sure that pupils in our schools have their needs met, feel love and belonging, have confidence. But as I said just a moment ago, it is important to question if someone can actually stay there. You know, if we just reflect on our own lives, I'm sure that we've all had ups as well as downs. So now we move on to social learning theory, which places the emphasis on observational learning and social interaction with others. So, you know, in simple terms, we learn by seeing. Okay, if we think about when we're in preschool, we learn from other pupils. People, especially children, learn from the environment they're in and seek acceptance from society, learning through influential models or role models. The famous theorists include Bandura. So Bandura claimed that children learn from copying others through a process of observational learning. Other people are models. In schools, as teachers, I guess we are role models, but children also learn how to behave through images such as videos and films and instructions. I'm not going to talk it through right now, but Bandura's theory was famously demonstrated by his Bobo doll experiment. There will be a link in this video for you to have a look at. In practice, this can be seen by adults as being positive role models, using other children to model behaviour and discourage the use of negative activities or behaviours. So during this short video, which I've tried to keep to under 10 minutes to go over the key different types of learning theories, so these offer some explanations to why children learn in the way they do. So we've covered cognitive, so we talked about scaffolding and developing schemas, so building blocks of knowledge. Then we looked at psychoanalytical theories, where we tried to get children or adults to conform to a normative set of socially approved behaviours. Then we moved on to humanist theories, where we looked at meeting the basic needs, and then we moved on to meeting things like people feeling confident, and before that feeling loved. So we have that hierarchy of needs. And then we looked at social learning, and particularly the work of Bandura, where children learn from copying each other's. So it's lots of observation is how we learn. We mirror that behaviour. And then finally we moved on to behaviourist theory, is where we, similar to social learning, where we respond from the environment that we're in. So we observe behaviour and we learn from that, but also it talked about the importance of rewards and punishment and how this can shape what we become. There is just a couple of key points to finish with. There is no single right or wrong theory here. These are ideas that have come out of different bodies of research. Your practice is influenced and should be influenced by what you see in front of you, and it is important to have an understanding of these to make sure that we do the best we can. Okay, I look forward to seeing you soon.